morning, Linda. Part of the last video, my camera died, and so I'm just going to kind of pick up on the combined pendulum, up and down. So that's right where I will start. Okay, we're in position for upward dog. This weather's crazy. Okay. Upward dog. Our cores are activated. We breathed in, going up. Heels are touching. Make sure we're breathing out as we go into downward dog. Don't let our thighs dip too much. Pull that abdomen up. Push that tummy towards the hiney towards the ceiling. Okay, some of the common problems in doing the pendulum would be hands or knee not in line with our shoulders or hips, crooked one hand or knee before the other, kind of getting some kind of twist going during the move, lifting up with one side of the body basically more than the other. Hunching our shoulders, not twisting those elbows, inner elbows forward. Activating the core needs to be done, pulling that stomach towards the backbone. Heels not touching the floor, providing that the ankles will bend. Certainly want the weight being pushed back in that direction. We want high knees kind of pushing back and towards the ceiling, elongating that spine through the neck. We want to be looking at our feet, of course, in downward dog. Not our head in too much or up. We want to be looking back. We can also, when we're doing upward dog, we can actually lift too high, but too high would be trying to lift straight up without that elongation of going backwards. There's additional solutions that if we feel stuck going from upward dog to downward dog, most often the solution is going to be to simply move the hands forward a little more or even back, usually forward. It just means we're just not in the right line to be able to drop through. We don't want to be doing any of the moves too fast. We want to be in control of the ups and the downs. If our thighs are going down too low, we could always put a rolled up bolster of some kind underneath our thighs, basically so that when we're in this position that they can't touch, that they would be up, but in doing so we would really need to watch that somebody's not dropping that weight, that they're just using it as a guide of knowing how close they are, at least until they get used to it. Heels to go all the way back. We could easily provide some kind of bolstering for the heels to go against if we're sliding backwards, we can always kind of get our heels on something. And then we wouldn't have to worry about that anymore. If our strength isn't there, we can always adapt. We could use some kind of a chair in front of us. And we could do the up. That would help us from getting all the way on the floor in the beginning. It would still allow us to go back. It could even allow us to go forward. All of our wrists and our joints are going to get smoother and stronger the more we do T5T. All of the moves are working to build that arm, wrist, arm, shoulder, core, and leg strength. But for the knuckles, we could also, for the wrist, we could do knuckles down. That takes a lot of strain off of the wrist pressure here. And we could do it from that position. I really can't think of much of anything else, Carolyn, so I think that's going to wrap up this series of videos. Thank you.